Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot, rune, and oracle reading for the month of April 2024. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. This is going to be a really intense month for you because we have a total solar eclipse happening in your sign on, I believe, the 8th, right? And for those of you who are in the United States or the North American area, you are having the totality of this eclipse. So everyone in the world, though, this is an incredible time for you. This will be a really, really powerful, intense month. Definitely a life-changing month for you, Aries. So pay attention to the emotions, the feelings, the energies, and the changes that take place for you at this time. They are sculpting your life and your future. So the rune that came out for you is called Berkana, and this is a beautiful rune of birth and fertility, health. You may be seeing signs and symbols of fertility all around you. I'm getting here, some of you may be having dreams that involve birth or pregnancy or babies in general, and if that is happening, it doesn't necessarily predict that you will be having a child, although a lot of you can be at this time, either conceiving, having a baby, whatever, focusing on children. But this also just shows in general, like you're about to birth a whole lot of new ideas, and I'm seeing projects, like a whole new thing that you're focusing on here, that you're really pouring a lot of your time, energy, and attention into. And I know that's very broad. A lot of you, this is different. This could be like a new job, a new career that you're starting. This could be like trying to get a certain skill of yours out there in the world and turn that into a potential career or stream of income. This could even be a new relationship or a new child coming in, a new home, a move, like really life-changing stuff, Aries. You know, your readings have been kind of crazy for the past like half year. I mean, I remember doing your readings back in like November. I felt like it was starting to get like weird, like, oh my gosh, life-changing energy around October, November, and now I see that here again. Okay, which is, I guess it isn't surprising because yeah, it's been 6 months in October or September. Yeah, around there we had the Aries full moon. 6 months have went by, and you know what lessons have been going on, what changes that were taking place in your life in like early October-ish is really coming to a head at this time in April, I feel. And that's really beautiful. I mean, end of March and April. Berkana actually rules over the month of March, so just in general, this time is crazy for you. I don't know how else to put it. We're gonna have to get specifics though. So next card out for you is the Rainmaker in reverse. And you know, I told myself I wasn't gonna read these from the book. I love the booklet that comes with this deck so much. It's so worn in. I read it so often. And the Rainmaker is a beautiful spirit of becoming one with rain and bringing it down into society. You know, you don't necessarily pray for it, you just become something, you embody the energy of something, and that's how it manifests in your life. The Rainmaker is the master of manifestation who can call on the elements of nature to serve the greater good. When the power to co-create is used with integrity, great beauty and benefit flow to all. When this power is used for personal gain only, everyone suffers. When the earth is parched, the Rainmaker calls the waters from the heavens, and all that is dormant in the fields and in people's hearts spring to life again. So essentially, if you want to make it rain in your life, you know, have good money manifestations, prosperous energy flowing to you, you're going to have to serve the highest good in some way. And they teach you this in business school. You know, this is like the basic premise of being successful at business. Are you fulfilling a need? A need that is specific that other people cannot fill. You know, for example, everyone uses soap. There's many different people who sell soap out there, but you know, what makes your product special that fulfills a need or desire within someone, and that need is not necessarily being met by someone else, you know? Having this card come out in reverse says this: recognize how you are co-creating your world. Nothing is happening out there without your involvement. Remember that the world is only mirroring back to you the condition of your own love and your intent. So change these within before you take any action. Do not take life personally. Exactly. Whatever you like and don't like, love and hate within the world around you, that is a reflection of your own energies. You know, Aries, I've been getting this really intense message recently. Like literally last night, I was thinking to myself, like, you know, even though a lot of the world's problems can be blamed on things like big corporations and capitalism and these governing bodies and all of that, really those systems are a reflection of our own nature. And it is very important for individuals to change the culture and therefore the collective. And I was thinking to myself, I just wish so many more people in the world could take this personal sense of responsibility to heart and take it seriously. For example, are you using those plastic bags when you go to the grocery store? Why? When you can just for like $1 buy the reusable bag. And also they're easier to carry. I don't know why people are still using those plastic bags. Like literally it is so much easier to carry like 2 big bags of groceries than like 1,000,000 of those plastic things anyways. And it's like that simple thing, or do you feel weird because you're the only person doing it? If you have a business and you ship products out to people, are you using materials that are compostable and will return back to earth, or are you using materials that will end up in the coral reefs and killing animals? It's in these little decisions that the whole culture and narrative can change. Because when you start doing stuff like that, other people will start seeing you do stuff like that and say like, oh, okay, that person's doing it. It's not that hard. It's not that like out of the realm of possibility. Maybe I can do that, So I don't know. It's something to consider. And I don't know why I just went on that rant, but maybe you guys are having similar psychic downloads at this time, and I just saw 234 on the clock. Yeah, I think a lot of you are here to help elevate and raise the vibration of a lot of people in the collective, and you came here to guide other people into a realm of just lighter being. You're an Aries, you're a fire sign. You remind me, even though you're technically not ruled by the sun, you remind me of the sun. And I feel like there's just so much wisdom that you're meant to embody in your personal life. Aries is the sign of self. The actions that you take as an Aries will be replicated all around you. People will look to you as a leader. You're a cardinal sign as well. And they'll say, you know what, that Aries is doing that. They're making it okay. They're making it normal. Essentially, Aries, you are what helps normalize certain conditions into society. This is a really important purpose. And I feel like a lot of you with this eclipse happening in your sign are waking up to that important purpose. Like truly important. You are a very, very important person on this planet. Okay, so be the change that you want to see in the world. This is a time to stop tolerating people whose beliefs and actions and words are harmful to others. This is a time to stop going along with the things that you don't like about society. Be the change and others will follow. You are a cardinal sign. You are the first sign of the zodiac. It is your duty to do this. And so I see a lot of mindfulness in your life at this time, really thinking to yourself, how does this serve others? We have divine timing coming out for you in April, if this wants to focus. There you go. Beautiful. It says the divine brings things in the timing that we need. Nothing comes before we're prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect and holy timing, dear Lord. So there's going to be a lot of like serendipitous happenstances taking place for you this month. Fated meetings, okay? Some of you may be introduced to either a book, or I'm seeing a person, a teacher of some sort at exactly the right moment you need it. Others of you also, on the flip side, you'll be introduced to students or friends, people who have a lot to learn from you. So the universe is sort of coordinating you to be this student-teacher sort of archetype this month, is what it feels like. We have the King of Bows coming out in reverse for you. This is your sign, guys. Be in your power. It is time for you to step into a powerful position in society. It is time for you to lead others and recognize, you were literally born to be this leader. Okay? King of Bows is someone who is well-traveled, friendly, warm, charismatic, charming, talented in like some sort of creative field, or just you have a vision of what you want the world to look like, or how your craft or your art or whatever you do can spread light into the world. And it is time for you to take up that throne, that leadership position, and get organized, actually bring it to fruition. This is not a month to talk about doing things, this is a month to actually do things. And the power of this eclipse happening in your sign, don't waste it, okay? Now, another thing here is it's important for you guys to keep yourself in check and make sure that you are not viewing yourself as above or better than anyone as well. You are very gifted, you are a leader. However, leaders are equally as important as every other person in society, okay? Because everyone has their own unique skill sets and wisdom and all of that, and it's an ecosystem. You know, you're not beyond or above anyone or everyone. And I'm not trying to accuse you of being that way, but you have to keep in mind you are an Aries, and that is just something you have to recognize. You can fall into that ego trap often, or not often, but more easily than other people because of your sign and your power, you know. And I see this in a lot of spiritual people as well, a lot of gifted light workers, especially shortly after having a really massive spiritual wake-up call or a giant epiphany from the universe. We can sometimes fall into this sort of ego where we view ourselves as like better than humans, if that makes sense. And so that's just one thing you want to keep yourself in line with, in check with, is what I'm seeing here. But yeah, this is definitely a month of doing, a very powerful month of being productive. The sun is already in Aries itself, which is an extremely productive time. Every single year, like clockwork, around this time, I just feel like everyone is on the grind, moving, shaking, getting things done, super productive. So make sure you're doing that as well when it comes to your great ideas, you know, for yourself and others. Also, another thing that I'm seeing here is that you will also probably feel guided to make healthier choices during this time. I'm seeing someone's wanting to quit caffeine. Someone's trying to quit either like dairy products, lactose. I'm also seeing meat. I like quitting things because you want to bring your internal systems more into balance. I'm seeing the endocrine system. I'm seeing so many visions here, actually. Like your hormones. A lot of you may be changing your diet for more balanced hormones, because your hormones being out of balance literally just wreaks havoc on the rest of your body and gives you a lot of strange symptoms, mysterious symptoms. I feel like that is just a system in the body that is understudied in the medical field. Personally, I'm not in the medical field myself, but you know, every time there's an issue with like either the endocrine system or the immune system, it always seems to be a medical mystery that no one can figure out. And so I think the reason for that is these are systems that heavily rely off of a holistic approach in the foods that you're eating, how much you're exercising, how much sunlight you get, the trauma stored in your body, everything. They all play into these systems. And I'm seeing you looking at these systems overall at this time. So you may be guided to certain ideas, or even like material, like books on health, healthy eating, things like that. I don't know why it's sticking out so strongly. Your second card that came out is the King of Stones in reverse. So we literally start this reading off with two kings, both in reverse. This is the King of Wands. This is the King of Pentacles, fire, earth. Some of you may not be getting along with a certain earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Or this could be someone who has those signs heavily within their chart here. You're both leaders at what you do. You're both important on this planet, important in this world. It's just like the way that you speak to, or the way that you pursue life and communicate life, it just feels a little different. So that's really interesting. I wonder who this is for you. We have the Knight of Bows coming out in reverse. Wow, all court cards so far. We're only picking 6 cards. And the 3 that we picked so far, the first top row, all court cards, all in reverse. This is a very social month for you. There may be issues that you're having with communicating with others. Some of you may be pondering that more deeply. Like, do I not communicate well enough? Do I not communicate enough? Do I not see my friends enough? Do I not call them enough, text them enough? Do I see my family enough? And I'm just seeing a lot of like sort of like meta energy, like looking within yourself and questioning, am I actually a good friend? Am I a narcissist? Am I this? Am I that? You know, really questioning the self. I am not shocked, okay? Because again, Sun is in Aries, the sign of self. You're in Aries. So this energy is amplified. And then we have the eclipse in Aries. I feel like a lot of us at this time will be questioning ourselves and our impact on the world. And what are we providing to the world to help evolve it? You know, when we are children, we are so focused on growing as a person, surviving, making it through life. And many of us actually stay in that childlike energy our whole lives up until we die. And a lucky amount of us actually make it to that sort of more adult energy where we now start to ask, how are my actions and my words influencing and sculpting this world? And there's this natural tendency to want to make the world a better place than we entered it, to help humanity evolve and make life easier and more enjoyable for future generations. And doesn't it feel good to be someone who can help change the things that we don't like about this world? I am talking to a lot of leaders right now. I feel it. This is not a reading where it's like, oh, this person's in love with you and blah, blah, blah. Like they're emotionally unavailable. I do tons of readings like that. It's a common problem. But this is a reading where it's like your problems go beyond yourself this month. You're concerned about how you are affecting the planet. What is my contribution to this world? And am I living that contribution, or am I procrastinating it? There's a lot of people around you at this time. Like I said, you're going to be connected to a lot of people who will help you learn certain lessons in life. The easy way or the hard way? You know, the karmic way or the soulmate way? Okay, there will also be people who learn lessons from you, connecting with you at this time. So pay attention to the people who enter and exit your life, not just this month, but the several weeks and months surrounding this month. Very significant. We have the Six of Vessels reunion. I do feel like old friends, old people you may not have spoken to in a long time are coming back around very significantly. We also have Mercury retrograde on top of everything else. And I actually don't know the exact dates for that this time around, but yeah, the past is going to be significant again. I actually, enjoy Mercury retrograde. I don't know about you guys. I am very, very close to the spirit of Mercury, Hermes. The spirit that goes by many other names. And I feel like these retrogrades is really just the planets and the deity associated with said planet going within themselves and taking care of themselves, being a little selfish, and no longer spreading their light to the world. So we're kind of on our own when it comes to all things Mercury related, which is communication, travel, paperwork, things like that, the past, it really is sort of up to us and our free will to take care of those things. And that's why it's so important during Mercury retrograde seasons to double check documents, paperwork, etc. It's like the extra luck. The divine energy of Mercury isn't necessarily looking after us, looking out for us. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna give you the time, space, and free will to do your thing, So it's a great time for you to practice your free will and sculpt your own life. And I see that coming through very strongly. I am seeing loving energy return to you when it comes to old connections from the past that may have ended abruptly or on bad terms. Even old resentments you may have towards your family or friends, I see is improving at this time. And you're seeing the beauty in them, the life in them. I mean, look at these two little creatures down here. Beautiful. They're in love. The Six of Cups, Six of Water, Six of Vessels. Beautiful energy of happiness. Like you're just genuinely happy at this time. We have the Seven of Arrows in reverse, insecurity. Wow. Yeah, I think you're seeing your own insecurities plain as day and seeing how they went into and affected your relationships in the past, your connections in the past. Also the insecurities of others and how they affected your relationships and connections of the past. You're having a very clear vision, high perspective when it comes to your connections in life, past, present, and future. I feel like you're at a sort of masterful point with that, seeing things incredibly clear. Yeah. Final card out for you. We have the Six of Arrows, 2 sixes, 2 kings in your reading overall. Beautiful. And this shows transition. Okay, moving to calmer shores, calmer waters. I do feel like this is a month where any tension that you had with people are resolving. You're letting go of it. I'm also seeing for some of you, there could be travels back home. There could be revisiting locations that you've been to previously. So if you're traveling, you may be traveling to somewhere you've been before. It's not your first time visiting it, but you're seeing it from a newer, higher perspective, something like that. I am seeing peace in general increasing all throughout this month. It feels like you're entering a place where you're much more stable and peaceful within yourself. And I'm actually kind of getting a sense of like looking back at your life and being, I don't want to use the word embarrassed, but like, wow, I really acted out of pocket in past relationships and connections. Maybe you had high stress levels. Maybe you were just not chill. I don't know. But I kind of see that energy, which is the mark of someone who's evolved. So that's actually a really good thing. When you're almost embarrassed by who you were in the past and how you acted in the past, that's a good sign because that shows that you've grown. You're not stuck. So beautiful. Thank you all for joining me. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this month ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me, one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and my spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. Bye-bye.